All right, and you're gonna call action for yourself, okay?
And we'll settle everyone, quiet on set.
In a British accent.
All right. Action!
I feel good about it. You like $1 million? Caleb and I, like a year and a half ago, made a short film called Good Cop, Bad Cop. Magic let me use like a space at their studio, and Masoom approached me. He was like, hey, do you have any other ideas? I own a storage facility. I don't know, maybe you could like shoot something there. That's all he said to me. And then I was like, that's super random, but sure.
Have been, funding TV shows and stuff for the last 5-6 years. I was looking for opportunities, and I always believe, really truly, it comes down to people within the project. Felt extremely comfortable with Ian and Caleb, and then when we followed up with the concept, I was really, really impressed how some initial concept from self-storage became this amazing TV show.
Was that on purpose?
No.
I came to Caleb and said, hey, I really want to make something with you that's like fun, that's sort of like a dramedy. And then Caleb's response to me was like, what if the storage unit was a portal?
Maybe one of the most fun days was the very first meeting between myself, Elena Rude, and Ian. And we all sat down in a coffee shop, and we sort of sat across from each other, and we didn't really know what to say because this was so new to all of us. Start this dialogue of, well, what is it gonna look like to cast? Like, it's a very general, vague dialogue because we don't really know what we're doing. And I remember having a moment sitting in that coffee shop thinking like, okay, this is it. This is gonna, it has to happen. This is gonna happen. Sitting across from those two and seeing immediately their passion for what was about to happen, I immediately had a sense of sort of calm because I knew that we were capable and we were going to make it happen. Early on, I think we knew from a budgetary standpoint that we didn't have a lot of money for a casting director. We all just decided to just pick ourselves up by our bootstraps and just try to cast it ourselves.
And I just threw out the idea, I was like, what if we reached out to some TikTokers?
I remember looking at Elena and I think both of our faces were kind of like, okay, so TikTok, yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I mean, why not, right? Whatever. So Connor Boyd was one of the names that Ian threw out as sort of a, hey, there's this guy on TikTok, super funny, I follow him, we should reach out to him.
He sent in his audition, and it was like the funniest audition that we got.
He used the Wii Sports music as the under music for his audition, and it was so funny, and it perfectly captured, I think, what Ian had been wanting for the character of Chase, this hilarious chaos.
We were like unanimously saw the audition, and then I think we called him like 15, 20 minutes later, and we were like, hey, we want to give you this role.
Through that process, I think all of us were surprised at the enormous amount of auditions that we received. And to a bit, it was overwhelming. The people that we were able to cast, because we had so many options, at the end of the casting process, weeding these individuals down, they were truly the best of the best.
The weeks leading up to production, I was really nervous about getting COVID. But then I started thinking like, oh man, what if Elena gets COVID or Caleb gets COVID? What happens if Connor gets COVID? We were in the table read at Caleb's house with like cast and crew, and I remember Connor wakes up from like a 3-hour nap. Red flag already. He walks in and he's like, man, does anyone else have a really bad headache?
Day before production, Connor gets COVID, who has not had COVID. He lives in New York City, hasn't had COVID, comes to Texas, gets COVID immediately.
How do we make this production work? Within a week after Connor had COVID, Caleb and Elena like rallied together and just essentially saved the production despite the fact of my nightmare coming true. Take one, ready? Here we go, Colton, we're gonna get it! Ryan, can you give me a clappy wappy in front of your face?
And a slappy pappy? So anybody that is close to Ian knows how joyful and exuberant he is on set. It's like one of my favorite things about working with Ian, just how much fun everybody's having on set. And one of Ian's core comedic values is poop and fart jokes.
How are you doing?
I'm pooping in my pants.
Can you be more specific?
I'm pooping diarrhea in my pants.
Day one, we've got a bit. And Ian, the entire day, has been building up to this bit about this poop being on this soccer ball that this kid picks up. He's been stressed all day. It's the first day of shooting, but by the end of the day, when we're like doing this stupid poop joke, Ian, it's the happiest I'd seen him the entire production.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rudak. I'm the production designer. This is our poo chute. Poo water comes out of this pipe and lands in this, which will be a puddle of poo slurry. I've been waiting my whole career to do something like this.
Mima, why does this smell like butthole?
I think the fact that we did it in 6 days is insane. We were all kind of going into it like, let's make something that's practical but also ambitious. And we did it with a lot of ignorance, I feel like, which I think is great. Because I think if we went into it with like, how would this actually play out, we would have said no to a lot of things.
Hold for art. Hold for art.
Hold fart. Crash. That felt really good.
That was,
Come on, that was a strike.
that was great.
It's pretty good. One more. Last one.
One more.
Crash. All right, cut. That's great. Hey, Laura with the focus. Tyler with the punch.
Ian with the crash.
I think just having everyone that like came on set that was passionate and kind, like I am so grateful for all of the people that came. Having their expertise come in and make this project look and feel the way that it does is more than anything that I could have done. Oh, Elena, let's go talk about Elena.
We're gonna go talk to Elena. We're talking to Elena.
Just doing the pilot itself was like, it was mind-blowing that it was even happening. But I think my hope for the future of this project is that someone somewhere would be like, yeah, let's explore this idea more and let's see if we can make this into a series or into a film.
There is this world within this story that we haven't even explored, that we haven't even begun to scratch the surface of. We got to tell this pilot, this small story in this large universe.
Our story really starts here. This is only the pitch. So we can navigate our story, making TV shows forward.
The way to approach the future is sort of the same as the way that I approached the beginning of the project. Is I don't know what it's going to take. I don't know what's going to happen with it, but I'm excited.
Oh, hello? Ted Sarando, CEO of Netflix? Oh, you want to buy Restorage? You want to take it to series? Sounds good.